everyone, welcome to our machine learning session. So in the previous session, we have seen how you are going to use random forest linear regression. That was the part of linear regression, means basic part of machine learning. Now let's deep dive into how you are going to use TensorFlow and Keras. So basically, I'm happy to announce that we are ready with our new project or a mini project using TensorFlow and Keras. So basically, the problem statement is that we are building a binary classification model that predicts whether a person is at a high risk or low risk loan borrower based on its age, income, savings, and loan amount. The model is a very simple neural network built using TensorFlow and Keras, which we have already done previously. Now, before we do that, first of all, we are going to get started with our creation of a synthetic data set because we don't have data set. So therefore, we are going to create the data set in our Google Colab. So let's quickly get started with our Google Colab. So here we are going to get started. So first of all, we are going to create simple data set. For that, we are going to call upon np dot. First of all, what we are going to do, import numpy as np, import pandas as pt, and then we are going to put np dot random dot seed 42 that we usually do. The same thing you are going to do. Then you are going to do num samples. You can call it n also, or just let me write n in place of this is going to be 500. So basically here I'm defining how many number of rows are going to be. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to create one by one. That is going to be age is equals to np dot random dot rand int, that is 18, 60, 10, and number stuck. And now second, I'm going to put income. Income is going to be np dot random dot randint, and that I'm going to take in between 20,000 to 1,20,000, and that to n numbers. So this is my next. And again, I'm going to take savings is equals to np dot random dot randint, and that also I'm going to keep from 0 to 50,000, I guess, and then I'm going to put loan amount. Loan amount is equals to np dot random dot rand and that I'm going to take 1,000, then 3,000, or basically let's keep 30,000, and that to n sample stuck. Now the next part which we are going to take, whether it has on its risk or not. So we are going to calculate risk. Risk is equals to loan amount slash, and then I'm going to take income plus savings. I'm going to keep that, and that should be basically it is going to be at risk if I'm going to keep that particular consideration. You are going to keep that because it is, yeah, like this. It's simple mathematics, right? And then I'm going to keep it as greater than 0.3. If this part is more than 30%, then it is at risk. If it is not, then CRADLT, credit risk, we are going to calculate. Credit risk is equals to, so these are all columns which we are creating. Risk dot S type, that is going to be int. All right, and now we are going to put data is equals to PD dot data frame. And inside the data frame, we are going to call upon all. Today, we are going to make one change in our data frame. I'm going to tell you that really soon. So, all right, not like this. It will be like this. And inside it, I'm going to just put under, yeah. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to just part of this. So these are all what we have created as our data. So why this step is important? Because this step is basically going to create our data set. Now I'm going to use this step of creating a data within the code itself. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put over here, this is going to be my step number 2. Now over here, I'm going to get started with my next step where I'm going to import all the libraries. So let me quickly do that. So I'm going to put import, I have done. Now import matplotlib dot pyplot as plt. Now this I have done. Now import Seaborn as SNS. So that is also done. Now I'm going to take scikit-learn, Keras, and TensorFlow. So from sklearn.model selection, import, train, test, split from sklearn.pre-processing, import standard scalar, and then I'm going to put from TensorFlow.keras.models import sequential like when you are typing sequential, make sure that you are going to write it correctly. S is capital, sequential, and dense. So these are all libraries which you are going to import. And why this step is important, let me quickly share with you. So NumPy and Pandas, which we have done for data creation, right, and manipulation. Matplotlib and Seaborn are for visualization. Scikit-learn is basically used for splitting and scaling your data. TensorFlow and Keras is used to build and train the neural network data which we are going to use. Now, this data is basically for an individual. How whether an individual is at a risk of loan or not, whether he has that credit risk or not. So this is what we are creating. Suppose I am a person and I'm spending a lot and I'm fulfilling my needs by taking amount, by taking loans. So that is what we are doing by using this particular step. Now let's quickly process the data. So here we have created the data. Now we are going to process the data. So I'm going to put so here we are not visualizing the data as of now. We are just rightly doing that. Data dot drop. I'm going to use credit risk basically. So that is what I'm going to use. So credit risk C is going to be small. Credit. So basically that is what we are going to find, whether the person is at credit risk or not. So I'm going to take that off. So how I have written that credit risk over here, basically I think in the same way. These are all columns I have created credit risk. Yeah, that's fine. So that is going to be at axis 1. Now y is equals to delta credit risk. Right, so this is what we have done. Now for the pre-processing, first of all, we are going to call upon xtrain test split. So I'm going to put that. You can do that by copying and pasting this line. It's like as simple, similar way. Now the next which you are going to do, that is scalar standard. So first of all, scalar is equals to standard scalar this, and now I'm going to call upon x is equals to, or x train scaled is equals to scalar dot fit transform x train. So basically हमने x train वाले डेटा को क्या कर दिया है, एक स्केलर फिट मॉडल से स्केल्ड कर दिया है, right? This is what we have done. Similarly, we are going to do the same with x test. यहाँ पे आप देख पा रहे होंगे कि ये y हमने यहाँ पे चूज किया है, तो आप यहाँ पे y का ध्यान रखो, अदरवाइज इट इज गोइंग टू शो एन एरर. y x y, right? Here is y, here is y. Yeah. Now that's fine. Test scale is equals to scalar dot test. So we have done both. Now, why this particular step is important? So basically, when we are pre-processing the data, we are labeling the split as X and Y, X being the input features and Y is going to be your target. So basically, when we are talking about the targets are basically your output, what exactly you want. So 80%, 20%, the same ratio we have kept over in this line. You can check, you can see the test size. Now, standard scaling is basically a neural where the neural network works better when input values are normalized. Basically, input values are going to be converted for 0 and 1. So जब भी आप TensorFlow या फिर न्यूरल नेटवर्क या फिर किसी भी डीप लर्निंग मॉडल के अंदर वर्क करोगे, वहां पे आपका डेटा स्केल्ड होगा ही होगा. आपको स्टैंडर्ड स्केलर यूज करना ही करना है, बिकॉज फॉर न्यूरल नेटवर्क टू रन और टू गेट better accuracy, this is the step which you are going to follow, right? Let's quickly now move to step number 4. In step number 4, what you are going to do, you are going to put the model. Basically, you are going to build the neural network. So for that, let me put build the neural network, and for that model is equals to sequential. इसके अंदर आप create करोगे enter. Now you are going to put dense 8. Now you are putting the layers, okay? Input dim is equals to 4. Activation is equals to reload. सो यहाँ पे मैं एक्टिवेशन फंक्शन जो यूज कर रही हूँ वो रीलू को यूज कर रही हूँ, जो हमने प्रीवियस किया था। इनपुट प्लस हिडन लेयर, सो ये हमारी हिडन लेयर और इनपुट लेयर 1 है, राइट। दूसरा हम डेंस करेंगे। डेंस में यहाँ पे हम 4 लेयर्स को लेंगे। एक्टिवेशन यहाँ पे भी हम रीलू को रखेंगे। अब हम यहाँ पे लास्ट लेयर करेंगे डेंस। यहाँ पे हम रखेंगे 1। एक्टिवेशन फंक्शन यहाँ पे आएगा सिग्मॉइड। बिकॉज हमें यहाँ पे सिर्फ एक ही आउटपुट चाहिए, राइट। सो दैट्स व्हाई सिग्मॉइड वी विल बी यूजिंग। सो दिस इज डन। नाउ यहाँ पे हमने क्या किया है, सिक्वेंशियल की हेल्प से, जो हमने सिक्वेंशियल लिया है उसकी हेल्प से हमने स्टैक किया है लेयर को लीनियरली। लेयर 1 जो है उसके अंदर 8 न्यूरॉन्स हैं और रीलू को हमने यूज किया है फॉर लर्निंग नॉन लीनियर फीचर्स। लेयर 2 के अंदर हमने 4 न्यूरॉन्स को रखा है और वहां पे भी हमने रीलू को यूज किया है। जो हमारा लास्ट जो आउटपुट लेयर है उसमें हमने 1 न्यूरॉन को रखा है विद सिग्मोइड to give probability of 0 and 1 of being high risk. 0 means low risk, 1 means high risk. So this is what we have done. Now let's quickly move to our next step. Next step is going to be your compiling the model. So let's quickly compile the model. And compiling model में आप करेंगे model 1 dot compile और यहाँ पे आप करोगे optimizer. Optimizer is going to be your Adam. And then you are going to put loss is equals to binary cross entropy. The same things which we have used in our previous model. All right. Basically, you are going to use matrices equals to और यहाँ पे आप accuracy को put करोगे. So this is what you are going to do, and you are going to put model dot summary and done. So this is what you are going to get started. Model को आपने create किया. So basically this is not model 1, this is model dot compile. So यहाँ पे आपने क्या किया, compile function को use करके आपने Adam optimizer को use किया है, which adapts learning rate automatically, which is fast and effective. आपने लॉस फंक्शन को यूज किया है विच इज बाइनरी क्रॉस एंट्रोपी विच इज परफेक्ट फॉर बाइनरी क्लासिफिकेशन। यहाँ पे हम बाइनरी में ही आउटपुट ले रहे हैं विच इज 0 and 1। तो यहाँ पे इसलिए हमने क्रॉस एंट्रोपी बाइनरी क्रॉस एंट्रोपी को यूज किया है। एक्यूरेसी को स्टैक करने के लिए ट्रैक मॉडल को यूज किया है ड्यूरिंग ट्रेनिंग इटसेल्फ। सो दिस इज व्हाट वी हैव डन इन स्टेप नंबर 5। बेसिकली स्टेप नंबर 6 में हम क्या करेंगे, ट्रेन करेंगे अपने मॉडल को। लेट्स क्विकली डू दैट। ट्रेन द मॉडल और यहाँ पे हम क्या करेंगे, पूरी हिस्ट्री लेंगे मॉडल की और उसको मॉडल डॉट फिट की हेल्प से हम ट्रेन कर देंगे। ठीक है, एक्स ट्रेन स्केल देन वाई ट्रेन एंड इसमें अप्रॉक्स डालेंगे। अप्रॉक्स का हम 50 डालेंगे और फिर बैच साइज क्रिएट करेंगे। बैच साइज बेसिकली हम 16 रखेंगे यहाँ पर। Validation split is going to be 0.2. That is what you are going to keep. Now, once you are done, basically this model is trained on 80% of the training data. एंड वैलिडेशन ऑन 20%। वैलिडेशन स्प्लिट का मतलब वही है कि आप स्प्लिट साइज टेस्ट साइज कितना ले रहे हो। जब हम यहाँ पे ये वाला आपका सिंपल मशीन लर्निंग का ट्रेनिंग है, यहाँ पे आप एपॉक्स को लेके बैचेस में क्रिएट करके बेसिकली यू आर डूइंग विद द हेल्प ऑफ न्यूरल नेटवर्क। सो एपॉक्स को बना रहे हो द नंबर ऑफ कंप्लीट पासेस ओवर ट्रेनिंग डेटा कि कितने मोल्स हैं, और हर एक मॉडल में अपडेट करने के लिए वेट्स आफ्टर एवरी 16 सैंपल। हर 16 सैंपल के बाद जो वेट्स हैं वो आपस में एडजस्ट करेंगे। इसके बाद अब हम चलेंगे स्टेप नंबर 7 पे। स्टेप नंबर 7 इज इवैल्यूएट द मॉडल। यहाँ पे जब हम इवैल्यूएट करेंगे, yeah, this is what I was thinking, why it has gone. Model. Now let's quickly do the evaluation of this model. So when we are going to evaluate this model, so basically we are going to see the accuracy of that model. So we are going to put loss accuracy is equals to model dot evaluate, and यहाँ पे हम लेंगे x टेस्ट स्केल। इस मॉडल के ऊपर हम टेस्ट करेंगे y टेस्ट। ठीक है। Now once it's done, we are going to print. Print हम क्या करेंगे, f। यहाँ पे 4f नहीं रखेंगे, यहाँ पे हम 2f रखेंगे, और बेसिकली टेस्ट में भी हम 2f रखेंगे। सो दिस इज व्हाट वी आर गोइंग टू डू। टेस्ट एक्यूरेसी और टेस्ट लॉस दोनों की एक्यूरेसी यहाँ से पता चलेगी। अब जो नेक्स्ट स्टेप आप करोगे, नेक्स्ट स्टेप इज गोइंग टू बी विजुअलाइज। लेट मी डू दैट। Visualize accuracy after all the epochs. So this is one of the most important step which you are going to follow. So let's quickly do that, everyone. So in this step, basically what you are doing, in this step, basically you are optimizing, you are visualizing how your data is going to perform. Basically when the data is there, with the help of graphs, with the help of all those plots, you can actually visualize how your data is going to work. So let's quickly do that. PLT dot plot history dot history, and history में आप क्या शो करोगे, accuracy। accuracy के बाद आप करोगे label is equals to main accuracy. So this is what you are going to create. This is going to be your first plot. Second plot is going to be PLT dot plot history dot history, and now here you are going to put val accuracy, label validation, and accuracy, and you are going to call upon epochs also. Epochs के बाद आप accuracy को call करोगे, and then legends, and basically here you are going to show not basically show, you are going to put legend and title. Title you are going to keep as yes. And last but not the least, PLT dot show. So this is how your entire model is going to be. Basically, when you talk about this model is all about how you are going to utilize your entire neural network taking from TensorFlow and Keras. So let me quickly play this and let me show you how you are going to get started with it. Okay. Okay, everyone, let me see, because this part was missing. That's why these errors were coming. So what I have done, I have fixed this particular issue. And after fixing all of it, let's quickly run and let's quickly see how the result is going to be. So see, at every epochs, the weight is going to be balanced, and over here you can see the result. Now, when you are going to check, this is going to be trained accuracy and this is going to be validation accuracy. And you can see that there is very less variation in it. And test accuracy is 99%. Test loss is 0.8%. It means the model which we have created, it is working 99% correctly. So basically, when you are going to check people over here, when you are going to test them at all the segments, it is going to show you the result that this model has 99% accuracy. Now let's quickly test it. Okay, let's test the model. We have done prediction, input scaled. So we have done prediction, input scaled. इसके बाद हम करेंगे risk label. Alright. So basically आप यहीं से लोगे इसमें, because we want to create that inside the function, that function which is called as predict credit risk. All right. So you are going to put what? Risk and risk label. All right, is equals to int predict, basically prediction. And prediction में आप क्या करोगे? 0. Again, you are going to put 0. Yeah. And if the 0 is greater than 0.5, so that is what you are going to consider. All right. And that is going to come under this prediction. Yeah. Now it's done. Make sure that all the alignments and how you are going to put is going to be in that manner. Confidence is equals to prediction, and prediction is on the basis of 0 and 0. So basically that is going to be our prediction. So basically we are taking in 2 columns. Now we are going to interpret the result. So we are going to put if risk label is equals to 1, then result is equals to, you're going to put high risk. All right. Otherwise, we are going to put else result is equals to low risk. All right. So this is what we are going to do. Not this. Yeah, it's fine. Okay. So this is what we have done. Now we are going to put print part. Okay. Print. The two informatted we are going to write. Yes. So in this format, what we are going to put, we are going to put \n and we are going to put prediction result, and this prediction result you are going to put because it is a variable which we have defined. Yeah, this is how you are going to put. I think this is complete. Now one more part like this you are going to put for another line. Paste it. This is going to be for the confidence score. Confidence score. This is my confidence score, and confidence score is going to be not the result, but confidence, the variable which we have defined previously. Confidence, and that you are going to do in dot to f. Now, once you are done with that, you are going to put in this format. Now I'm going to give predict, credit, risk for age is equals to 30, income is equals to 40,000, savings is equals to 10,000, and loan amount. Basically loan amount is going to be equals to 15,000. So I'm going to calculate for this. Now let's see how it is going to show you the result. So I'm going to run this. Okay. So here I'm going to get the prediction also. So prediction, you can see clearly low risk confidence rate is going to be 46%. So this is what you are going to get. Epochs are exactly in this manner where you can see the validation. Test accuracy is 92%. So this is how it is going to run. This is how you are going to calculate for particularly this particular person. So I hope this model is clear among all of you. In case if you still have any doubt, if you wanted to learn more about TensorFlow and Keras, keep learning logistic regression and keep doing all those, you can say hands-on practice, because without hands-on, you won't be able to learn. Create multiple models. Now you have ChatGPT, Gemini, Bard. So all these are going to help you to create your data. Create data and create your GitHub. You can participate in Kaggle competitions. So these are also going to help you to create your resume and is going to create your, you can say, profile better in analytical sites. So this was all from my side. I hope you have enjoyed and you have understood. From my side, all the best for your future endeavors. And I am signing off from this session. Keep learning from machine learning models. So this was all about this session. Thank you, everyone, and have a wonderful day.